Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Jacob. In this video, I want to talk through with you 7 of the biggest mistakes that I see affiliate marketers making, and it's massively holding them back from hitting their income goals online. So if you want to know what those mistakes are and how you can avoid them to fast track your results, stay tuned for this video because it's really going to help you out. Before we dive into that, if you could smash the like button, I'd really appreciate it. Helps me get this video out to more people and helps me grow the channel. If you get any value, I would love it if you could do that. Click the big red button and subscribe if you're interested in affiliate marketing, online business, entrepreneurship. There's a ton of value coming every week with at least 3 videos. And then click the little bell icon so you get notified every time I drop a new video, and you can leave questions. I'll answer them, I'll get back to you ASAP. So I'm gonna roll the intro, then we're gonna dive right into this one. So the first major mistake that I see affiliate marketers making, which is really holding them back, is they're not choosing a strategy that fits their situation, their life, their finances. And if you're doing this, it's just putting you down a path of way more resistance than you need to be. You need to find a strategy that fits with both your life and your financial situation. So let me give you an example. When I was first getting started, I was working a full-time corporate job and I couldn't have any public presence. I couldn't be building my business publicly. Right? So I needed something where I could kind of operate behind the scenes. I also didn't really have time to be producing videos, editing them, doing all those things. I needed something that I could work on in really short bursts. So if I had got 10 minutes, I could grab my phone, start writing something up quickly on the subway, on the plane or whatever. Like I needed something I could work on progressively was what would fit my situation. And I really, at the time, I wasn't skilled up enough to be investing heavily in ads either. So for me, I needed something that fit that situation. And for me at the time, blogging was perfect. It let me sit behind the scenes of a brand. It let me work on it progressively because I could type up articles whenever I had an opportunity, and it was free. I was building an organic asset that would pay me over and over and over again. And so that's what I mean when I say finding a strategy that fits your situation. If you suck at being on camera, please don't go and start a YouTube channel straight away, because all it's doing is putting you up against more resistance than you need. This online business thing is hard enough as it is. You need to choose something that's going to put you on a path of least resistance to hitting your results. If you're a great writer, start a blog. Or if you're great on video, but you're shit at writing, don't do a blog, do a YouTube channel, right? Or if you love working with people, start a Facebook group. Be honest with yourself and understand your strengths and your weaknesses and your skills and build a strategy that fits them. Likewise with your finances, I see so many people out there who are like reluctant to invest in a $50 course, and then they're like, okay, I've got $100 to spend on ads, is this gonna work? And I'm like, well, I don't know. You gotta test things, right? Like there's no guarantees in business, and there's especially no guarantees in internet marketing. So if you're tight on finances, don't go and start running ads, because I can guarantee you your first ads are gonna suck, and they probably aren't gonna work, and you're gonna spend money, and then you're gonna get dejected because it doesn't work for you, and you're gonna probably quit. So on the flip side, if your finances are tight, why wouldn't you go and start like a YouTube channel or a blog or a Facebook group that's 100% free? Okay, a blog start takes like $50, but that fits your situation, right? Because if you're tight on finances and you're running ads and you're getting more and more stressed every time you lose money, you're gonna start making silly decisions. And you're gonna start doing things that are thinking more short-term, less long-term, and it just doesn't work well. So sit down with yourself. If things aren't going the way you want to, or if you are just getting started, you're in a great place to take advantage of this piece of advice, is sit down and think, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What's my situation? What resources do I have available? And build a strategy that fits that. If you want my opinion on it, leave a comment. Tell me what you're good at. Tell me what your finances are like. Tell me what you suck at. And I'll tell you the strategy that you should be using, okay? If you can't do it for yourself, leave a comment. I'll do it for you. The second one actually ties in with the first one, because people don't choose the right strategy, is they jump from platform to platform and strategy to strategy, and they never give something long enough to work. And I think this again ties back to what I was talking about before, because they're choosing things that don't fit their situation. So they do it for a little while, it doesn't jive well with them, and then they move on and want to try something else. And all of these, especially organic platforms, but with ads too, because it takes time to test and to get your skills up to be good enough to do it, you've got to give it time. You can't give it a week and go, shit, that didn't work, that YouTube thing didn't work, or oh, no one joined my Facebook group, or my ads tanked. You've got to give it time. You've got to start thinking about this longer term, right? There's no, and I hate the way that especially affiliate marketing, gets sold by so many people in the industry as this overnight success, because all it's doing is fucking up people's expectations of what's possible. It's keeping them stuck because they're spinning their wheels, jumping from product to product, and they're not building anything long term. So stop viewing this as an overnight game. Stop viewing this as a 1 month game. Hell, stop viewing this as a 3 month game, and start thinking about it longer term. And when you combine that approach with a strategy that fits your situation, those two things are going to come together really well, and it's going to make the perfect synergy for you to hit your results. The third biggest mistake I see people making is jumping from product to product. And if you're building an audience and every week you're promoting a different product, it's really not good for your authority. It's just not a good image. And people are jumping from the latest trend to the latest trend to the latest trend. Am I telling you to go and get married to a product for the rest of your career online? No. I've promoted a bunch of products in my time, but really only like 3 or 4 main ones, or really only 3 or 4 like main affiliate programs which have a few products within them. But I was focused on the ClickFunnels affiliate program, then I was focused on Legendary Marketer, then I was focused on KBB, and now I'm promoting a bunch of my own stuff. And then once that's kind of moving, I'll get back to promoting probably those products because they're good products, they help people, they've got a good affiliate program, I know the company, I know the guys that work there, and it fits. And not choosing this kind of core product and really focusing on it is keeping people stuck. They're jumping from the latest trend to the latest trend to the latest trend. And I'm not saying don't take advantage of new opportunities. I'm not saying don't take advantage of launches, but I'm saying do it strategically and do it sparingly so that you're not damaging your brand. You're giving yourself long enough to get to know a product, become the go-to for that product. People come to you because you know about Kajabi, or you know about Kartra, or you know about whatever it may be. But sticking to that product for long enough to build up some traction in your marketing and build up some traction in your brand is really, really important. Stop jumping around from product to product, because I can tell you the product isn't the reason that you're not getting the results. It's probably the strategy that you're using to promote it, or you haven't developed your skills enough in the key kind of high income areas, which is like copywriting, just content production, which is your sales funnels, all those kind of things. So stop jumping around the product. 99% certain if you're having an issue with making money, that's not your problem. And that brings me to the fourth mistake that I see people making, which is quite simply not understanding how to convert leads into customers. And I kind of view online business in like 3 buckets. You've got your product that you're promoting, you've got your process which converts leads into customers, and then you've got lead generation. So here we're talking about that middle one, which is when someone becomes a lead, or someone expresses interest in you, or someone expresses interest in your business, it's how do we take that person from just being a set of eyeballs out in internet land into being a paying customer. And there's a 1,000,001 ways that you can do this. There's 50,000 different types of funnels that you can use. You can get people on the phone, you can talk to them on Messenger. That's way more simple than building an automated funnel. But whatever it is, a lot of people don't spend the time understanding how to do that. And a lot of people view, because affiliate marketing, they just think that the company is going to do the sales process for them, which is true to a degree, but you've still got to intervene in that initial phase and know what to do in order to get them back to that sales page enough times, because generally you need to see things multiple times in order to make people buy something. If you're using more of an automated system, or if you're having a conversation with someone to sell an affiliate product on the phone or on Messenger, knowing the questions to ask, knowing how to find their pain points, knowing how to diagnose their problems. So invest in the skills that really drive that conversion process, which is sales and which is copywriting. Because if you can become really, really proficient, you don't have to master them, but if you can just become good at them, you're going to be so far ahead of a ton of other people online that it's really, really going to help your business. And it's going to flow into so many things: your bridge pages, your sales pages, your follow-up emails, your follow-up messenger bots, your content, phone calls, conversations. You're going to become way, way, way more lethal as a marketer if you spend the time learning those skills and learning those strategies that convert leads into customers, because that's what it's all about. You could have an endless supply of leads, but if you don't know how to convert them, you've got no cash flow. And you've got no cash flow, you've got no business. Fifth problem that I see people having comes back to strategy, and it comes back to product, and their lack of success with those gets fueled by not putting out the right content. So a lot of people out there will tell you to produce content, which is 100% true. But if you don't have clarity on the goal of that content, where are you trying to push people? What's your sales process? And then what are you selling? If you don't have clarity on that path, the content becomes really, really tricky for 2 reasons. 1, it can become hard to know what to say consistently. And 2, if you don't have those things in place, it's really hard to get an ROI. which can mean that it's really, really tough to consistently pump out content. So when I see people with this issue, what I tell them is, all right, what's your monetization strategy and how are you selling it? And a lot of the times they don't have that in place. So it's like, okay, let's just stop this content thing for a second, or let's slow it down while we figure out those two pieces of the puzzle. Because then once you've got those two pieces in place, you know what your call to action needs to be, and you can structure your content in a way that helps your audience overcome any false beliefs or limiting beliefs that they might have as to why they shouldn't buy. So me, for example, over in my Facebook group, I've recently been talking to people about how to do high ticket affiliate marketing. And some people think that because they've got no audience, or because they've got no sales experience, or they don't have the skills to sell something high ticket, they think that it's not a good fit for them. So my content needs to be tailored to overcoming those objections, so that when I then talk to them, or when they then look at a funnel of mine or whatever, they understand that this is possible for them, and that those perceived blockages in their own brain, or those perceived objections, aren't actually a real thing, and that they can do this. And once you overcome those, people are going to be way more likely to buy. So if you're struggling with content, have a think, what am I promoting and how am I selling it? If those two things are in place, then what you need to think about is, all right, well, what's a reason people might not buy my stuff? And if you make a list of 5 to 10 of those, then you can tailor your content, your value-based content, to overcoming those objections. The perfect other things to supplement your value-based content with are results-based content, which is sharing how the success you've got, success your students have got, success of the community or the products that you're promoting. That builds trust, and it shows people that what you've got works. And the other thing that complements value type content, which we were talking about just before, is just sharing your life, sharing that you're a real person, coming face to face with people, showing them that you're out walking your dog, or you're at the football, or you're at the coffee shop, just really simple stuff that shows them that you're a real person. And that builds trust, because people are buying from people. That's every business transaction. Even business to business is really people to people, because you've ultimately got to have two people come together, sign documents or whatever. And people forget this. They need to see that you're a real person. And when you combine that with value, and you combine that with sharing results, you're going to be armed to be a content monster. The sixth mistake I see people doing time and time again in affiliate marketing is they spend so much fucking time worried about what other people are doing, and so little time worried about their own stuff, that they're just getting stuck. They're so worried about, oh, but Bob's promoting this new product, or Bob's got this new funnel, or Bob's doing this launch. And it's like, it doesn't matter. That's not what's holding you back. You need to be focused on your own stuff. I'm never going to tell you not to pay attention to the industry, because otherwise you can miss big opportunities, but you need to be spending 90% of your time focused on your own stuff. Stay in your own lane, get clear on your strategy, get clear on what you're promoting, get clear on how you're selling it, get clear on your content, and then just do it. Just do it over and over and over again. And don't worry about what Bob's selling. Don't worry about what Sally's selling. Do you. Do your thing. And when you do that consistently every day for a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, that's when your results are going to come. If you do that consistently, you sell the same product, you have the same sales process, and you put out content, it's going to work. Or if you've got money and you want to invest in ads, if you get that product, you build a process to sell it, and you spend a month or 3 months testing ads, tweaking ads, you're going to ultimately get there. You're going to start building your list. You're going to get better at doing email follow-up. You're going to suck at first, but you're going to get better and better. But if you spend too much time worrying about what other people are doing, you're going to get distracted. You're going to get shiny object syndrome. You're going to jump off and promote other products. You're going to get pulled into different things. You're going to change your strategy. You're going to change your goals. And that's where people get so stuck. So sit down, get clear on your product, get clear on your strategy, get clear on what you're going to do every day, and then just go to work doing it, and block out the other people. If you don't watch another YouTube video of mine because you're so clear on what you're doing, I'll be so happy. So happy. If you get value from this and you have an aha moment and you then just go to work, that's what I want. That's why I'm putting out this content, is to help people, right? So if you never come back and watch another video, but it means you're just going to work doing your own thing, that's amazing. And that brings me to the last one, the seventh mistake that I see people doing. And this is a mistake that I made myself. I was kind of limited because of my job, but I also didn't do it to the degree that I should have, and I would be way further ahead if I had, is documenting the process. Documenting your wins, your losses, what you're learning along the way. If you do that from day one, you're going to build such an attractive character for your audience, and they're going to want to buy from you over and over and over again. And when they see you go from having no success to having some success to having a ton of success, they're going to come along for the journey, and they're going to be customers over and over and over again. And that's how you build a really, really powerful brand. I wish I'd done this. Listen to me when I say I wish I'd done this more and more, because you don't want to be playing catch up. It's a lot harder when you can just start doing it from day one. You integrate it as part of your strategy on Facebook or on YouTube or on Instagram or whatever you're doing, documenting, sharing with people, adding value, sharing your results, sharing your lifestyle using that formula that we spoke about before. If you do that from day one, you're going to be so far ahead of everybody else in 12 months time that it's not even funny. Even if you think no one gives a shit about what you're doing, I'm telling you they do, because there's new people joining the space every single day. If they're a step behind you and they see your content, it's going to give them value. They're going to view you as the authority. They're going to reach out. They're going to ask you questions. You can make money that way. But ultimately, you're building a brand, an honest, raw, open, transparent brand. And that is one of the most powerful things that you can have. Then it doesn't matter what you're selling. You could completely change direction with your business. A lot of those people are going to follow you because they're there for you. They're there for your content. They're there for the value you bring them. They're there for how much you help them. They're there for your story, and that's the most powerful thing. And then it really doesn't matter what you're selling, because people are there for you and your journey, and they're going to keep going back over and over and over again. So they're my 7 mistakes that I see people making over and over and over again. Hopefully you aren't making any of those mistakes, but if you are and you resonated with any of those, hopefully that gives you some strategies on how you can overcome them and how you can speed up your results. If you had any light bulb moments, or if you've got any questions, or you want to discuss anything, drop them in the comments and I will get back to you ASAP with the answer. If you got any value from it, smash the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, click the big red button so you can do that. It's 100% free. Then click the bell icon so you don't miss any videos. You get notified whenever I drop a new one. With all that out of the way, that's all I got for you. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.